welcome to the Who's Everyone podcast with Fyem. Welcome to the very first episode in 2026. I'm so glad to be on this journey this year with you. If you're an old viewer, thank you for sticking by. And if you're new, welcome here for the very first time. So today I'm here in the studio, not just by myself, but with the one and only Reverend Canon Chem David Yarnam. I'm so excited and we're filming. Welcome to the studio, sir.
Thank you very much, Grace. I'm excited to be here. And also a big shout out to our viewers and those who are following this podcast.
Thank you. So I want to do a brief introduction. When introducing Reverend, there's nothing like brief because I could take the best hours of this podcast saying a lot about him. So he's a man of God. As you can tell from the Reverend, he's a sportsman, he's a musician, he's a great dad, he's a role model and a mentor to a lot of us.
Amen.
It is already.
Amen.
There's a lot to say about Reverend. So can you briefly introduce yourself to us?
Well, you've introduced me as...
I don't think I did enough.
Okay, so thank you, Fyem. I'm Reverend Canon Chem David Yarnam, a priest serving with the Anglican Diocese of Chanilo, a vicar of Grace Chapel, the Anglican Contemporary Church, by the grace of God, the one and the only Grace Chapel. I'm a power biker. I'm the state coach, basketball coach for the Taraba Hurricanes. I'm also a board member of the Taraba State Basketball Association. I also am a loving father, romantic husband to one wife. I'm blessed with children already at our first daughter is on her way to the university. Also, I'm a music minister, apart from being a pastor. I love you all people.
We love you too. That's why I'm here.
And my favorite hobby, actually, hobbies one is cooking. That's the number one hobby. Second is second is driving. And then lastly, I love to read a lot. So there you go. This is me for you.
So you'll understand the reading a lot part when we delve into this conversation.
No flattering. Thank you.
So yeah, welcome again. So our topic for today, topic is before the year takes us away. It's a new year. We have all shouted and told each other a happy new year. We say it very casually without really looking, without, I don't think we know the depths of the word, the sentence happy new year. We just say it, and I don't think that a lot of people realize that you have to be very intentional to make the year really new. Yeah. Because you can just taking the same routines from last year, the same results, the same everything from last year, and just keep moving into the new year. And if you repeat the same things, there's no way you expect a different result.
That's true.
Yeah. So to go into this conversation, how do you feel about the new year?
I think the question for me is how the year feels about me. Reasons being that most times we say Happy New Year, and we didn't do justice to the previous year. We didn't treat the previous year right, and we're welcoming a new year. So what does the year expect from me, knowing that I have a lot of baggage to deal with in the previous year?
Yeah.
So Happy New Year is a statement of responsibility, meaning I have to make this year a happy year.
A happy year. Really try.
Yeah. So I feel great because I believe that the achievements, my performance, and the way that I treated the previous year is a pointer to the new year. The previous year is introducing a good me to preceding year. So I have the right to say Happy New Year, not only as a statement of faith and as a prophetic word, but with every sense of responsibility.
just getting started. So a lot of people have come into the new year running already.
Mm.
Do you think it's dangerous to, just start running without taking a pause to actually look at what you want to achieve in the new year?
So the people who are running have created a pattern. This is a behavioral pattern that has continued, and that's why they are running into another year. And the simple reason is, or rather, before the reason, the question is, what is chasing you to be running into another year? The truth is, there's absolutely no reason to hit the ground running. You have to pace up. You start from one level to another so that you can digest the plans and then you are able to translate the vision that these plans give you as a blueprint into action. In the new year, else you will be running and you will achieve nothing and you will gas out and discover that you actually left yourself, a part of yourself, behind because you were just running aimlessly without any objective.
Exactly. The thing about running is care about speed and no direction.
Exactly.
Yes, so you just
speed without direction is a problem.
really where did you go?
That's true.
Right. So before we talk about making our dreams come alive, I think we need to look back. Do you think there's a need for reflection?
Very seriously. It's important that you take a pause. Take a moment, take a while, and meditate. When you meditate, you regurgitate, you recapitulate, so that you'll be able to gain momentum. Why do you need to meditate? Meditation is strictly spiritual. Regurgitating is mental, and then recapitulating is for your intelligence quotient. Why meditation? Because meditation is medication for your soul. What you're doing is you're not only looking back, but hindsight helps foresight. And that's why you see the fastest animal in the world is a cheetah. It has hind legs and forelegs. So it's able to project, its speed better than a human who has just two legs. Hindsight is good. What it does for you is it helps you to analyze, to constructively criticize, and then to pick up speed so you make corrections. Most times, you see, in a vehicle, no matter how flashy, classy, lovely, expensive a vehicle, a car is, you see that there's a little mirror, they call it the rear mirror. It helps you to see what's happening behind. No driver focuses only on what's going on ahead. At some point, you have to look at your rear mirror to see the vehicles as a driver, especially if the vehicle that's trying to overtake you, or when you are trying to make a U-turn. Now, that's what hindsight does for you. So it's good to reflect, and reflection. Now, look at the word reflection. Is you looking at the image of you and making corrections here. If it's in the mirror, when you're looking at what the person you are seeing in the mirror is a reflection. Now that's hindsight. That's seemingly what it means to reflect. You take a look, you pause, you take a look. Okay, my haircut is not there yet. I need to shave. I look a little darker. Oh, it's like I've lost weight. So you are able to take note of these things that have been projected from your image by what is being reflected. So reflection helps you to go back and say, okay, to look back. I didn't treat this person right. I didn't do well this year, the previous year. I didn't pray as I didn't pray enough. I didn't exercise enough. I need to hit the gym this year. So that's what why we need to reflect.
This is a great need.
It is.
Yeah, so the thing about reflection, I think that people like to not do it because I think maybe they beat themselves over it. Or maybe they're not ready to face the failure that they had in the previous year. And so this new year they don't want to move without looking back. They don't want to take responsibility for what they did not do right. So I think that's the thing about it. Is it okay to admit that last year didn't go out as planned?
That's an amazing thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say this. You see, it's good to know where you failed and where you did well.
Mm-hmm. True.
And the issue of beating yourself down does not matter because it is a human instinct. It's something that we must naturally do to look at ourselves, tell ourselves the truth. The only difference here is trying not to anchor on where we failed, not beating ourselves down, but it's something we have to.
So you don't let it have a stronghold.
You don't let it drown.
Yeah,
drown you.
True. What lessons do you think people often ignore about things like that?
In most cases, it's the lesson that they feel, the lesson of failure. I failed and I need to own up. Now, own up means to take responsibility.
Yeah. What you do?
I didn't do this.
Better.
I should be able to do it. Or I didn't do this right. I can do better. So it's something we have to do.
So we're just getting started. There's a lot to unfold and to unwrap. So the topic is before the year takes us away, before the year carries us away. So what do you think exactly takes us away in the new year?
So the word take means something gets the best of you. So when you say the year, what do we do before the year takes us away? So we're actually saying that there's a possibility, there's a tendency that the year will sweep you off your feet. And the year now becomes an eventuality. And what is the year? The year is a function of time and season. That if missed, you can never recover. No, we all have enough time. Every human being, every Homo sapien living in this cosmic environment has a fair share of the same amount of time, 24 hours. And this 24 hours is over 52 weeks. It spans for 52 weeks. So you have 24 hours 52 times. And that is what is called a geographical year. How can 52, what do I do for 52 weeks of 24 hours not to become a bad precedence or to become a disadvantage? That's what we're talking about. And how can the year be taking somebody away? What actually happens is that the decisions that we make as we walk into the year are the things that set the precedence for the year to be either a good year or a bad year, or for the year to take us away, in quotes. And so, in explaining this, the decisions, your life, your year 2026 is solely dependent on the quality of decisions you make this year. There's no difference. Listen, even if I give you 200 million naira, it may not make a difference. What you may do is just spend. But if you are able to make quality decisions for 2026, 200 million will only come to amplify, exalt, and beautify what you have planned for 2026. So 2026 can be a massive failure because you had 200 million.
At the same time, could be life-changing.
Because, yes. So it is the set of decisions that you make And let me tell you something. Don't make decisions that are not practical. The quality of your life is solely dependent on the quality of your decisions. 2026, 2026, sweetheart, is just a function of the decisions you have not made or the decisions you are making. So the year taking you away is directly proportional to the decisions you will not make or the decisions that you will make. Now that will create a situation where you are either taking the year away or the year is taking you away.
So when I was, I was doing a study and I was trying to check things that do actually take us away. I think one key thing, I think one major thing amongst others was social media pressure. Social media pressure, peer pressure. I think there's a lot to say about that. In fact, we could speak about that for hours and not stop. Can you quickly tell us about the effect of peer pressure in our decision making and even in how it affects us in the year?
Okay, so peer pressure is real in the lives of let me put it this way. We have reduced peer pressure to be an event or to be a vice, that happens in for young people. But it's even more dangerous because there's severe peer pressure for adults.
It's in every age grade.
So the thing about peer pressure again is for example, a young lady right now is studying theater arts because her friend told her she was going to study theater arts. And that is not her destiny. That young lady was destined to study history and international studies. But she ended up studying theater arts basically because of peer pressure. Another example is there's a young man right now, as we speak, who is studying mechanical engineering, but he was originally born to be a sportsman. But peer pressure, when he was filling his JAM form, his friend told him, just write mechanical engineering. So that's the reality. And you see, that decision at that level is of tremendous impact in the life of a person. As you get into a year, stuff like peer pressure, social media, they play a very vital role. There are people who have achieved a lot in certain things and certain disciplines that you may have had conversations with, you interfaced with, and they could influence you rightly or wrongly. But that is all dependent on your ability to be stable in your decisions and your vision for yourself. What do I want to achieve? What are my plans? What are my set goals? So when you meet someone who has similar plans and so it inspires you rather than expires you. But if you're not, if you don't have good self-esteem, that could now exactly, and now get you off balance. So peer pressure, very real, very true. And then peer pressure is another thing that triggers comparison. People want to now begin to compare themselves with other people, and there's absolutely no need for that in 2020.
Sorry, do you think there's a good part to comparison? Because now that you've just spoken about it, sometimes can we compare? Because when you're let me say you're in an environment where it's just the mediocre things that happen. Is it good to compare so that you know whether you are doing well or not? I mean, that's if you take it in a good way.
Comparison is two legs. If it's going to be positive, it will be comparing and contrasting. If you compare and contrast, so now that's healthy. But if you only compare, to compare is to look at to contrast is to look at and back and forth, look in and out. So you're looking at it constructively, you're criticizing constructively. But to compare comes with some irresponsibilities of envy,
yes,
jealousy, and sometimes it sets into bitterness.
Instead of what is supposed to inspire you,
now, it just diminishes you.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
you
why.
just want to kill yourself for it. Another one for, especially for young people now, I think it's family expectations. I don't know if people your age grade have moved past that, but for us, I think it's a very real issue.
Wow.
Because I think a very practical example is for, I don't want to say failed parents, but some parents really do put the load of the family on the young person. So instead of doing what they want to do, okay, I think a very good example is girls who the family just marries out so that the new husband could help the family maybe financially, knowing very well that that's not what the lady wants. If I didn't know that it's not even, the man may not even be a good match, but because of what they stand to gain, just push the child out.
Yeah, very beautiful angle. And thankfully so, because this is our reality in Africa, particularly in Nigeria.
Yeah.
We put a lot of unnecessary pressure on people we are not supposed to pressure but treasure. Example, let me go by the example you gave. Look, the ideal idea of training a child is to mentor the child, not to torment that child. So you have a parent who is either a mentor or a tormentor. That is torment. And it is traditionally accepted that parents, in most cases in Nigeria, that they begin to, they have expectations. And it is in all strands and stratas. As I speak with you, as old as I am, my father is late by the grace of God. Thank God he's blessed memory. But I'm telling, my mom has expectations. Her expectations for me, not my expectations for me.
For yourself.
So, like I said, my mom has her expectations.
Yeah.
Not my expectations, or her expectations of me. Yeah. And it's natural in Africa, and like I said, in Nigeria, we live in a community, in a society where parents who gave birth to you, who are supposed to mentor you, at some point unknowingly, because they love you, they torment you into becoming a dream that they have for you, not your dream that you have.
I'm so glad this is coming from
a parent. And because of that, I have designed my mindset consciously and deliberately to intentionally bring out the best in my children.
Yeah.
Because in doing that, you can bring out the worst in them. Should I give a practical example? I've always wanted to be what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
A man of God. When I finished secondary school, I had good results, and my father said, so I went to the seminary and bought forms. I bought the entry form, and my father said, why would you do that? My friend, Tarot man being the Tarot man that he is, if a Tarot man tells you, my friend, before he makes a statement, you know he's not your friend. Friend, will you get out? You want to waste this results and going to become a pastor? Go to the university, my friend. Who am I? His law. So the pressure is a me that he knows and he wants to become the me that he wants, not the me that I am. So I went to the university, got to the first degree, got the second degree. When I finished, and I said, okay, I've done me. I've done you. Now I'm going to do me. You can imagine if I had invested those
as early as
about 10 years. And I would have been maybe a professor in, but I mean, God has a way of redeeming times for you. So it's just a practical example that families have their own way of pressuring you. They want you to get married earlier than they want. They want you to get married to a kind of person from a particular tribe. They want you to study a particular course. Just imagine if you go to the university now, you take inventory of the students in the whole of, for example, Taraba State University. I bet you that if you take a statistics by asking questions and the kids will answer you honestly, you will discover that 85% of the people studying the courses that they are studying those are not the courses they intended, they planned, they dreamed to study. They are studying for their parents. And listen, this is something you must never forget. And viewers listening, you can never become the best version of yourself if you're under the pressure of the dream and vision of another person for you. You will never amount to the best version of yourself. So these things, this is the reality we live with in Nigeria and in Africa.
One more, can we speak about age milestones?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a huge one. Incidentally, this is a silent, quiet killer. Because, to be honest, people don't even talk about it. And I'm excited that you have brought it up. We set age limits, benchmarks ourselves that don't exist. Let me ask you a question. I know you're the one asking the question. So let me ask you a question that I don't need you to answer. Would you marry a guy that is younger than you? Don't answer. You see, your face, your body language is already giving me the answer. We are age driven in Nigeria. Do you know how old I am? Now, because we are age driven, we have what I call numerical phobia. So that's why we set age milestones, especially here. What they say once a lady is 30. True, that is a demonic idea. Once she's 30 and she's not yet married, it's such a huge lie. And now, because that lie is a lie that we're living with, that lie has become true. We have magnified, we have amplified, and we have realized that lie. So, for example, let me make an illustration. Do you know it takes you, if you want to become a lawyer? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, if you want to become a lawyer, it takes you 5-6 years in the university. But if you want to become a barrister, it will take you about 7 years. Ironically, the same people who used to put this limits, age limits, and all of that for themselves. If you go, when I was in the University of Jos, I saw elderly people who are older than my parents studying law. Is it not an irony? They went back to school. There's no need. Time, the biggest mistake you make is to make time irrelevant. Time is neutral. Use it for your advantage. Take advantage of time. But once you say time is running. Time is not on my side. Do you know time doesn't run? We are the ones running. Time does not run. Time is standard. Time is constant. Time has never seen time is against us. Who gave you that idea? Or we're short of time, sir. You are not short of time. You are short of plans. Or you are short of intelligence. So, age milestones are mirages that have today become mountains. It's a mirage. It doesn't exist. That's why I started again by asking you, would you marry a young man you're older than?
Now I'm thought about my answer.
So there you go.
Okay, so I think this should be to people who think that they have moved past a certain age to achieve a certain goal.
Oh, yeah.
As you've heard, there's no such thing. You can always research. You can always do that thing you wanted to do. There's no time. There's no right time. Every time is a good time.
If you,
as long as you do that, should be cool.
True. True. It is just perfect when you achieve it. It's not late. You are not late. You are just it's good enough. You're just on time.
True.
Let me say this quickly. Excuse me. If you don't know how to swim and you're fucking 50, still not too late. So time is not your enemy. So those age milestones, please, I think we should roll away those stones. Because they are actually mental stones. They don't exist. They are not there.
Very true. So if the year can carry us away, do you think it can also bury our dreams? If we let it take us away, to also bury our dreams, right?
Going by what I just the illustration, what we just finished discussing, no, it can't. It's not late to achieve. Yeah. But again, for people who do not have this understanding, who are not privileged to have this to listen in on this conversation we've had, to be able to get this information that will kill that deformation, it will bury their dreams.
True.
If you're not resolute about achieving, you will help other people to fulfill their dreams. You will just be a sponsor. You will just be an assistant. You will end up as a facilitator. And you will never fulfill your dreams. This microphone we're using, the person who invented this means of audio magnification is not alive. But on this technology, there have been improvements. And guess what? The person didn't live to see what it has evolved into. But then we are running with the dreams, we're enjoying the dream. What if he had not invented the microphone? What if he didn't invent the microphone? His problem, we would have been living with the problem of amplification. You would have died with the solution. Now, sadly, Bento, you may not like what I'm about to say. You and I are helping him fulfill his dream, even in death, because we are using his microphone. You will end up either being a sponsor, an assistant, a facilitator. If you're not resolute, go back. You see, the good thing about knowledge is I talked to you about hindsight. Is that if you have hindsight, you will understand that you have the privilege in time to take a moment. That is, you take time in time to go back in time to fix the things that you need to achieve in time ahead. That's it. This is interesting. I'm learning a lot. I hope you are too. I'm learning too. You're a teacher. So, sir, why do you think some dreams never come alive? Because the dreamer died. Dreams are at the mercy of the dreamer. Look, Joseph dreamt a dream. I'm sorry for giving you an illustration from scripture, because I know there are all kinds of people who are viewing. Joseph dreamt a dream in the Bible. Do you know that Joseph's dream put him in trouble? When Joseph dreamed, dreamt
Yeah.
and saw his brothers metaphorically.
Yeah.
You know, they were bowing down before him. He mentioned it to them. Already they didn't like Joseph because he was his father's favorite and all.
Like, come on, is it a wise move to always announce your dreams?
It depends on who you are sharing your dreams with. Because there are fire extinguishers and there are flame fanners. So it depends on who you're sharing that dream with. So there's somebody you will meet and you share your dream with, and boom, that dream will come. That dream instantly comes to life because that person is a destiny helper.
Yeah.
So what if you didn't share? I have a friend, his name is Dr. Hugo. I had a dream of buying a particular house at a particular time. And somehow he called me and we were catching up.
Yeah.
And I mentioned to him, I'm like, this is what I want to achieve. Yeah, finished talking. Next thing I saw, the money that I had raised, that I mentioned to him, the deficit, what I needed to raise, the balance of what I needed. Ubon sent that money to my house. And I bought the house. So there's an opposite of Dr. Ubon, whom if I had shared, this is what I'm trying to do, what he would have done is, sir, he called me, I have this project, but can you give me a loan from what you have said? To make sure that dream doesn't. So it depends on who you're sharing the dream. But quickly, let me finish. I opened the file, let me finish the file. So Joseph was a dreamer. His dream put him in trouble. Do you know what? Better still, that Joseph dreamt a dream and shared with his brother and they were angry. Joseph didn't stop dreaming. He went back and dreamt another dream. This time, seeing his father, his mother, and his brothers, they were more pissed. Listen,
like, how dare you?
They were so pissed that their anger moved them to killing Joseph or whatever. Summarily, it was their anger, their pain, their anguish, and all that they did that projected Joseph to his dreams.
True.
Okay, so now look at this. If Joseph had died, that dream wouldn't have seen the light of day. That's the truth. So that's why I said dreams are at the mercy of the dreamer. Now look at what happened. How the dream came to pass. Joseph was a dreamer and continued dreaming to the point where now in you, Fento, God has put a gift and he has put what is called a complementary gift. Joseph had a primary gift, dreaming, but he needed a complementary gift of interpreting of dreams. Joseph's dream came to pass when he started interpreting dreams. That's it. The moment he started interpreting dreams, then he became that dream, that person that he saw in the dream that his brothers vowed to. Joseph became a prime minister in a strange land. Viewers, listen, don't let anyone kill your dream. Even poverty cannot kill your dream. Your dream is waiting for you to come to pass in style. But you can kill your dream. When you stop dreaming, then you have killed it. That's what I mean by when the dreamer dies. When you stop dreaming. Now there's a difference between dreaming and fantasy. So you want me to talk about that now or later?
No.
Dreams are not fantasies. What is the difference between a dream and fantasy? Fantasizing is wishful thinking. Just marry a tall girl like Naomi. Buy a Mercedes AMG. Just imagine. And you wake up happy in the bliss of an ecstasy or nonsense. Wishful thinking. But dreams have the elements of vision. They have also the elements of translation. That's the idea. Yes. go through process. So you will be patient. Every dream must go through process, which introduces sacrifice. That there's a sacrifice you must be willing to make for your dream to come to pass. So now put yourself through these two things I've mentioned, fantasies, dreams. So you know what you've been doing. It's like, oh, I've been fantasizing, I've not been really been dreaming. Your dream to be able to be characterized by vision. Okay, this is what I'm seeing step by step, time by time. Then also there is the process that it must go through and the sacrifice I'm willing to make for this dream to come to pass. Because once you make the sacrifice, so sacrifice is the currency that you pay for your dream to come to pass. And once that is done, what happens is that the time that you think you've lost will crumble. You'll see that because people will not believe that you ever went through what you went through. You'll be struggling to explain to people at that point that there was a time in your life, once upon a time, you were broke, you couldn't afford transport money, you walked from a particular place to, you were going for classes, you were trekking to for classes, or you went 3 days or 2 days without food. They'll be like, no, you're just over it because the time has collapsed. Sacrifice is the currency we pay for dreams to come to pass.
Can we talk about fear?
Okay.
I think that plays a major role in, achieving or not achieving. Yeah, depends on how we see it.
Okay, fear over what now, or just the concept of fear?
Over failure. Do you think fear is a bigger dream killer than failure?
Fear, this may sound crazy, but if you're listening to me, this is going to help you. Fear is a very cowardly thing. Fear has never helped anybody. Fear sends very negative energy to you. But failure is a good teacher. Every one of us needs to fail if we're going to succeed. Do you know that any leader who tells you he has never failed, run away from you? Because there is a greater lesson to learn in failure than in success.
Yeah. Oh, true.
If you have never failed, sir, I can't relate with you because there's a lesson in conflict resolution of failure that I will learn that will put me at a pedestal for future transactions that are bigger than life. I will never follow a leader who has never failed. I will never listen to anybody who has never failed. In failure, look, failure is the fertilizer for real success because there are lessons that you can never learn. You would never learn if you don't fail. And you see, those lessons will be customized for your own situation. So failure, you need failure over fear. You need to fail. So prepare to fail. There's something I always say, and of course I always say, if you have seen the worst, then you are ready for the best.
Yeah.
If you've not seen the worst, hell, forget about the best. I mean, look at Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form, 1, and void, 2. Darkness was upon the face of the deep. Look at that godly situation. And the Spirit of the Lord hovered over the waters. So it was 4 problems. 1, a formless and a void situation. 3, it was darkness. Then water. It was water all over the place. There was no land. There was nothing like land over the waters. There was no land, man. Then God looked at the problem and told the problem, give me the solution to yourself. He said, let there be light. Light was called out of darkness. What does that tell you? It tells you that in your failure is your success. Your failure is what will breed your success. So if you don't allow yourself through the troubles of failure, because I see people fail to do or to achieve this and that, and then they are sulking, they are beating themselves down, they say they are living in regrets. It is fear that makes people to throw the baby and the bathwater. And fear of what? Of failure. Don't ever allow fear to make failure. If they exit, you are dead. So take away fear and meet failure. So failure will teach you. But if you come to failure with fear, failure will not embrace you. It will embarrass you. So God looked at the problem and said to the problem. Then he looked at the waters and he called and they became. He separated the waters from the land. Can you imagine? Guess what he did with the light? He used light to create time. Time, what you call time, it was light that gave the indices and gave the trajectory for what you call time. Is light. The morning, night, and evening. There are three sessions. First session, the first morning is not the first session. Night is the first session. Then morning, and then evening. And God used that to create seasons, then time. Look at that. So please, don't ever approach failure holding fear in your hands. If you go to failure and he sees that you are introducing yourself to him with Mr. Fear, failure will not, he will embarrass you. But if you go to failure just by yourself, failure will embrace you and it will teach you lessons that will help you to deal with fear in the future.
That's ironic. So in the worst is where the best lies.
Yes.
The worst is a brewing ground for.
There's no accidental success. There's no luck. There's nothing like that. Accidental success. All the people you see, the big bourgeoisies, the captains of industry, they've been through the high and the deep waters. They've been through the sunny, the blue days, and they've been through a lot. So they are able to navigate themselves through all seasons and weather because failure has taught them lessons. Talking about Thomas Edison, who attempted to create a light bulb. He tried 100 times. It was not the 99th time that he discovered how to make a light. It was at the 100th time. So if he had stopped at the 50th attempt, we won't have been enjoying the light bulb. I mean, look at how beautiful this place is. The studio has been lit up well. The ambience, just from one light bulb. So they asked him, "Oh, how is it that you didn't? Don't you see yourself as a failure that you had to attempt 100 times to achieve?" He says, "No." He said to the journalist, "No, I learned 99 ways how not to make a light bulb." Do you know there are people? Have you tried to find somebody's house several before? And it's a house you've been to. The day you master that house, even in your in darkness, in your brains, because you know how not to get to that house.
True. That's right.
Yeah.
And so when we talk about clarity, can a dream be achievable if it is not clear enough?
No.
Okay.
It's not. It can't be achieved. Scripture says, make a vision plain. It says, scribble it down.
Yeah.
That them who see may run with it. You know why? Your dream will outlive you. If you make your dream clear, your dream will be larger than life. So people will come, like we talked about the microphone now, see, because it made the mechanism, the process of this microphone and your microphone.
Yeah.
This is microphone, that's your phone. Now the person has developed, he gave us a the blueprint. But upon that blueprint, the person is not alive. Today, we have, it was originally a monodirectional way of amplification. But now we have, they've improved on it. You have multi-directional microphones, you have condenser microphones, you have compressor, all whatnots. Why? Because he made it clear. He made his vision clear. Look, Femto, as a young man, when I was growing up, I couldn't relate with young ladies who I didn't think had the kind of IQ that I needed to go to where I'm going to. So beauty didn't just move. That's why I'm married to beauty and brains. My wife is super intelligent. I can't sit down. She's not just beautiful. She's if you see my wife in her intelligence score, she's like a bottle of Coke. Super duper clean, crisp, fantastic. Now I can't.
You think you're exaggerating, though.
Okay, well, I have a name
yeah.
Where am I going with this? There are people who will not be able to relate with you today. And it's not because of today, it's because of tomorrow. You can't allow people who don't have clarity to come into your life. They will module the little clarity you have. And they will come and adulterate the direction you have. So when I met her, my wife, you know what she did? She asked me that we should go on a 1 week expedition, what you call retreat. And what were we doing in this retreat? We were discussing clarity. She went with a notebook and I also went with a notebook. She told me, what are your dreams? Everything else. So I noticed she was writing. I'm like, is this why we're here? She said, well, how do you want? How many children do you want? Do you know what she was doing? She was asking me for clarity. Your dream. I want to know your dream. And she was writing them down. She asked me so many questions. I was moved. I started asking her questions too. You too, what's your dream? Okay. And what were you like that? So what we did was a cross-pollination of ideas that turned into not division but a vision. So today, you see us doing the teaching. You guys think that these are long words. No, it comes from somewhere. And we couldn't have come this far if we didn't make the vision clear. And that this is our dream. This is the dream. I said, I don't want to have more than 3 children. At most, I said, originally 2 children. She asked me why. I said, because I want to give them the best. I said, I'm from a polygamous home. I lived with 18. We were 18.
Insight is at work. So you look back.
Exactly. I said, I know where I'm coming from. It's not in the number of children, it's in the quality that you give the children. I said, so let's have just 2 or 3 so that we lavish them with attention. We bless them with prayer. We give them so she's like, wow. You know what? She wanted maybe like 5 children, but she's so sexed. So okay, let's do. Because in Africa, we like a lot of children. We say that, that children are wealth. It's not true.
The Bible says so too.
No, the Bible says that children are a heritage from the Lord. You see, let's not misquote scriptures. It says that, and the fruit of the womb is a reward. That children are a heritage. Why? Because it's pointing at training a child, that the quality of what you receive in life as a child, that the output should be what you are able to put. The training, it should be a function of the training you put into that child. So he ends up to become a godly offspring. And to be honest, I can't imagine that a useless as intelligent as I think you are, that when I see you married tomorrow, and I see that the person you married is a mediocre, I would doubt your intelligence, because you have a dream, you have a vision. So the person who you allow to come into your life space should be somebody who is even more. Why? So that iron will sharpen iron. So it's very good to me. If your dream is going to see the light of day, that dream has to be made very, like, not just clear, very clear. And guess what? It has to be made clear to you.
Mm.
Do you know some people are suffering identity crisis today because they don't know who they are? They've not been able to settle on the clarity of what their dream is and who they are.
Just on autopilot. Not self-awareness.
True.
So can we talk about the need for self-belief?
Okay.
And not just self-belief now. Believe in God and self, in what we are called to do, believe in our goals and what we hope to achieve.
Self-belief is a tertiary level for anyone who's going to go far. Self-belief is actually dependent on belief in God. There are three things you need to believe in if you are going to see the light of the life. If you are going to make progress. And when I say progress, I don't mean just wealth. There are people who are very wealthy, they have a lot of money, but they missed the first idea, which is the belief in God.
Yeah.
So they've not been able to find satisfaction in their person.
Yeah.
So the first stage is believe in God. Second is believe in self, and then third is believe in your skill. And you must develop these three stratas. First, develop your belief in God, build a relationship with Him, be at peace with Him. Two, believe in yourself. Because your goals are resources of you. So then your goals cannot be achieved without your skills. Your goals are going to run at par with your skill. Right? So then you believe in the skill, the ability that God has given you. A lot of us have more than one ability. Like me. I can do many things. It's a gift. And it's not because I am me. It has nothing to do, it's just a gift. And then also because I took the responsibility of fueling the creativity and developing myself.
I think there's also the mentality that if you know how to do many things, you may not be excellent at them all. But I think there are people who prove that is a lie.
So I think that's just somebody's idea. Somebody came up with that idea and believed that people cannot be good at many things, and it's not true. Taking a cue from Jesus Christ, He served in the 5 offices excellently well. As an apostle, a teacher, a prophet, an evangelist, and a pastor. He did excellently well. There are other people in the Bible who were able to do more than one thing. They were skillful people. It's a grace that God gives us. But what we do with it, with those gifts, is down to the dependent. So I don't believe that there are jacks of all trades, but there are also masters of what I mean by all people who do 2 or 3 disciplines.
I don't remember exactly, but I think that somebody tried to say that the way we've been saying this jack of all trades thing. I think there's something that is not correct.
Yes.
I think it says I think master of none? No, master of all is better than a master of none. I think that's how the saying should be. But growing up, jack of all trades, master of none. But I think it just sits in our head that you can't be many things at the same time.
That's true.
But I mean, you have just one lifetime. If not here, where else?
Where else, actually?
Where else?
That's true.
But as many things as you can do, you should do them.
Yes.
There's only one life to live. Interesting. So what do you say to someone who's tired of believing?
Please, the moment you stop believing, you're there. Please.
Come back to life.
Keep believing. This is it. And it's not just a statement of motivation, because I'm not a motivational speaker. There even isn't nothing really like motivational speakers can get you to a brick wall and you end up there. But teachers who are teachers of reality will tell you the truth that there's a brick wall there, and this is how to get either over it or break it down. That's true. So I'm not just saying keep believing because I want you to be motivated. No, because motivation on its own can kill you.
Very true.
But what will kill you is discipline.
Discipline.
Discipline gives you the audacity to walk to your problem and confront your problem.
And know how to go about it.
But you see, motivation will give you zeal without knowledge and direction.
True.
So keep believing, because the moment you stop believing, you have run out of fuel for life.
Yeah.
Do you know that just somebody believing in you is enough fuel for you to become the best you want to become? Keep believing.
Coming to a conclusion already of the whole topic, it's really, I mean, we've had a good time of learning.
Yeah. Same, yeah.
How do people stop comparing timelines?
Well, if you are visionary, you become a parallel line and you become focused. Now, what makes you to be focused is the purpose that is driven by passion. So you are not even distracted by what's happening on the other timeline.
Yeah.
So the discipline of focus, how we must learn to major on the major and minor on the minor.
Yeah.
Now that sets you apart. But people may insult you. They'll say this person you're full of yourself and you're selfish. You're just minding your business, and you're running your race on your track. So you're not even bothered with yours, and then at your pace.
Yeah, your face, your own timeline. Yeah.
That's it. So I stopped.
So you don't have to say, they say I have to be a millionaire by 20. You be a millionaire when it's time for you to be a millionaire. And I think that a lot of Gen Zs have this, I don't know, but I think it's quite unrealistic, because I mean, some people say, by the time I'm 30, I have to be a billionaire. I don't think they know what it takes to be a billionaire, especially you're coming from the very scratch.
You know what this timeline thing does to people? It makes them become robots and zombies. And then, I mean, the emergence of hookah and all of that, because of time and fraud, internet fraud, is because of stuff like this. You don't want to go through process. I want to be a millionaire by 2024, and I'm sorry, by 2026, and when you're in December 2025, you have not yet become a millionaire. You know that you have to answer to some people so you now go into internet fraud, or you start going around selling your body, and you have a choice clientele for your hookup business, and you become less than yourself. Who gave you that timeline? Who told you that exists? Become a millionaire at your pace. Hard work pays.
Very true.
But then consistency is what puts you on the shelf there, because the value you have, people know that this one any day, any time, did because of consistency. Persistency in consistency. So that kills all the issues of timeline. Do you have any timelines you've set for yourself? I'm sure you may at a point. I mean, to be honest, I want to get married at so and so age. I want to be able to. So what if it doesn't happen?
Okay.
So that's it. Pace at your pace. There's a scripture I want to share with you. It says, godliness with contentment is great. Titus chapter 1, verse 16. I think verse 15. Godliness with contentment is great. I have a an iPhone, a 14 Pro Max. I got it last year. It costs a lot of money. I have never. There are people who are not my age, who don't earn as much as I do, who are not as brilliant as I am, but they had a 14 Pro Max 4 years ago, but today they have gone back to Nokia 3310. So does it even exist? Is there
3310?
3310. Is that phone even in the market anymore?
I think so.
So all them just use Torchlight. They've gone back to Torchlight phone. You know why? Because
He went ahead of themselves.
yes. So they were living in deception. I was not under pressure. I heard about iPhones. There's nothing. I never bought that. One day, bam, I had the privilege and the opportunity to afford not just a small iPhone, a very big iPhone. And you know what? You can have an iPhone and you're not living an I life. You need an I mind.
That's very much the case.
To handle an iPhone. You know there are people who have iPhones and the only thing they can do with that phone is to receive calls and snap beautiful pictures. They have not because they don't have an I mind. The issue is not the iPhone, it's the I mind. Do you have an I mind? Amen.
Jesus. So, in conclusion, what do you say to someone who thinks that it is impossible to restart?
Please hang in there. Go back to the first point of this conversation. Reflect. Reflect. Don't deflect. People who don't want to restart are people who end up in deflection. They're deflected off their rail. Of their so it's like troubleshooting. Move back to reflect. You will see in the inner you, having a conversation with yourself that there's hope. And then be willing to be patient. Very key. Then you have the strength to restart. Please don't. Restarting helps. And you know the issue of restarting, you can restart even if you've gone 100 miles in the journey in the wrong direction. And stop there. Okay, so for example, now I'm traveling I want to go to Jos from Jalingo. And I set out, towards Yola. And after getting to Zin, I just decided to ask somebody, I'm on my way to Jos, am I on track? You're on your way to Yola. Adama, but what you can do is turn back, you get back to the Akawa junction, you make a right hand. So I'm going to travel another 1 hour backwards before I get back. Of course. Yeah. That's restarting. That's resetting. That's why you have what is called a reset button in your computer. Let me say this. If you don't press your reset button, you will enter what is called your self-destruct mode, where you'll be so frustrated that everything you want to destroy everything about you will be destructive. And you see people like that.
The earlier the better.
The earlier the better.
Someone said you take a train and you realize that you are on the wrong track. Speak up quick enough.
That's right.
Because whether or not you like it, you are on the wrong path.
That's true.
That's what I mean. Speak up as early as you can so that you can retrace.
That's true. The next stop, you can get off and retrace.
So that brings us to the end of this episode, and I think that it's been very rewarding. And I'm so happy, and congratulations to everyone who has heard this. At least now you know how to go about your year. So I mean, all of the dopamine from January, all of the January, you pretend that you're seeing life so clearly until reality begins to set in.
That's true.
And also you now know that I've just been shouting and there's no real plan on ground. So now I think you now know how to make your plan and go about it. And so now come December, be able to check. So I was going to do this. Was I able to? And if you were not able to, or if you get to that time and you are not able to, you just have to continue. Don't make new plans.
That's right.
Don't make new plans. So even when 2027 comes, carry over your plans. Don't be afraid to carry it over, yes. But now you know how to do it better, or you now know how not.
Yeah.
You've understood failure, and as we've learned now, you are now, your hindsight is now going to help your
Awesome.
Okay, so before we bring this episode to a final stop, I have some quick fire questions.
All right then. All right. Bring it on.
What's one habit that quietly kills dreams?
Procrastination.
One lie people believe at the end of the year.
Happy New Year.
One truth people don't like but need.
One truth people don't
Like but need.
Improvement.
And the last one thing to do before the year takes you away.
Reflect.
Reflect. And strategize.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. So we have come to the end of this episode. Thank you for joining us.